Happy Monday, and I have to say it feels okay to be back. It does really feel okay to be back. So, what are my low and high act of kindness? Well, believe it or not, my low comes from the fact that yesterday was the last time that my family and I will have a pretty small get-together up at Keuka Lake for the year. Oh, don't get me wrong, there's still a few more times I can go up to Keuka Lake. In fact, this upcoming week, I'm actually spending the entire weekend up there. But, my mom is actually flying out to Las Vegas to take care of some stuff regarding, my late grandma, among other things. And my brother is currently overseas. So, the get-together we had last night, while beautiful, is also the last one we're probably going to have. At least up at the lake, that is. Yep. I meant to say this yesterday, and I did allude this when I did my live vlog the other night, but it's coming. The end of summer is nigh. And as sad as I am, and I'm going to elaborate this a little bit more on Wednesday, but I'm kind of ready for a change of pace. Again, though, Wednesday I'm probably going to have to elaborate on this a little bit more because I have a few things to do today and a few things to do tomorrow. But let's start with today. So let's go over my NFL picks and make the 2 NFL picks we have today. We have 2 games on Monday night. It's going to be awesome. So let's see. Currently, before Sunday, I was 1-0 for the week because I was right about the Eagles. And let's see, I was also right about the Ravens. That makes it 2-0. I was wrong about both the Seahawks and the Colts. That makes it 2-2. Okay. I was right about the Buccaneers. That's 3-2. Right about the Chiefs. 4-2. Okay. Wrong about the Falcons. 4-3. I was absolutely right about the Bills. So that makes it 5-3. Which reminds me, where was that when you played against the Jets? In a moment, I will further elaborate on that. So it's 5-3, or 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, 4-3, 5-3. So the Titans would be 5-4. I was wrong with the Titans. I was right about the 49ers, makes it 6-4. I was right about the Giants. See, Giants, even a broken clock is right twice a day. That makes it 7-4. I was right about my Cowboys beating the Jets. Go, Cowboys! And so that makes it 8-4, which also reminds me, see, Bills fans, what the Cowboys did to the Jets, that's what you guys were supposed to do. So take notes. I'm sorry, I still have every right to be mad about that game. Because, I know last year I said after last year, if you don't if you don't win the Super Bowl this year, your window's going to start to close. You losing to the Jets gave me a really bad sign about that. But it looks like you guys recovered, so good for you. I was right about the Commanders, and I was right about the Dolphins. So that makes my score for the week 10-4. Because there's been 14 games. Tonight we'll make it even 16. So let's see. The Saints and the Panthers. I think I'm going to pick the Saints for this one. I really do. Yeah, so I'll pick the Saints. And the Browns versus Steelers. After what happened to the Steelers last week, I don't trust them at all. So, I'm picking the Browns. So, yeah. I think... No, I never picked the Colts yet this year, have I? Yeah, okay. These two picks are good. I got the Saints winning, I got the Browns winning. Those are my picks for today. And I just realized I forgot to do my high, my act of kindness. So, let's see. My high would be, well, again, the fact I was with family yesterday. And the fact that the Cowboys won. And my mom made a really great spaghetti dinner. Spaghetti, meatballs, and slow cooked in a crock pot with meatballs, sausage, pork ribs, and in a twist of fate, pepperoni. And, you know, I was thinking about this morning because I've already established that the best thing my mom's ever made is her stuffing. I think her meatballs might be number 2 on that list. It's really close. I mean, I definitely have her meatballs a lot more often than I have her stuffing, I guess. So, there's that. Plus, okay, every time I have spaghetti meatballs, I try posting them online, right? Because, you know, my mom makes really good spaghetti meatballs. And whenever my mom makes her meatballs, they're so tender, I usually wind up cutting them with a spoon. But usually the spoon is made of metal. Yesterday was the first time I tested that cutting them with a plastic spoon. And it totally works. My mom's meatballs are so tender, you can cut them with a plastic spoon. I can't make that up. So, right, I have an act of kindness. I would say my act of kindness would be, I helped watch my nephews yesterday. I helped bring my grandma and grandpa up to the lake yesterday because that's who came, my grandma and grandpa. Took them up to the lake. Helped clean up a little bit. Folded a few towels before I left. You know, it was a pretty important day. It was a solid day. It was a good day. I mean, considering that yesterday was probably the last time we're going to have any kind of party or get together up at the lake, it was a good last party to have. It was. And now I have, by my count, 2 weekends left before it's over. Although I was doing a count. I counted yesterday. And I've made 34 videos up at Keuka Lake. If I go up to the lake this weekend and do a video on Saturday and Sunday, I'll have done 36. So why is that a big deal? Because there's 365 days in a year. So 36 is essentially 1/10 of this whole year. Meaning I've spent 1/10 of this year, give or take, up to Keuka Lake. And that's the funny thing. I'll still have at least one more time up at Keuka Lake after that. So it'll be 37. Therefore, I will drastically be above, what the average ought to be. That's pretty good. I'll take that all day long. So, with all that taken care of and out of the way, I have a One Piece Manga Chapter to read. And, this is interesting. There's no break next week. Oh my gosh, we're finally getting One Piece consistently again. I'm so happy. Okay. Alright, let's see. Get to the, see if you can't get the, there we go. Okay. So, without further ado, One Piece Chapter 1092. Kuma the Tyrant's Holy Land Rampage. This should be interesting. Okay. So it looks like this is happening the day before the events of Egghead are happening right now. So, looks like Kuma's made it to the top of the red line. He's pretty unstoppable. Everyone's trying to hold him back, but they can't. Ooh. What a very nice twist. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in this entire time skip, Sakazuki is actually doing something. For those of you who don't know, by the end of the first half of One Piece, everybody hated Sakazuki. Well, at least the fans did. And it was easy to see why. I mean, the amount of atrocities that Sakazuki technically committed due to his brand of quote-unquote thorough justice is actually kind of overwhelming. Oh, Nick, it couldn't be that bad. He actually was one of the vice admirals who led the genocide on O'Hara, Robin's home. He's killed many people, definitely in the thousands. Okay, so he led genocide. What else did he do? Let's see. During Marineford, where we got to see him a lot more, he murdered a soldier, one of his own men, simply because the guy couldn't take it anymore and he wanted to go home and be with his family. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't want to fight for your cause? You die. I'm not kidding. He did that. Oh, and what else did he do? Oh, yeah. He also killed Ace. He killed Luffy's adopted brother right in front of Luffy. Ace died immediately in Luffy's arms. Well, not immediately, but he died in Luffy's arms. And Sakazuki was right there, and he was going to murder Luffy too. So, we don't like Sakazuki. But what's funny is, since then, ever since Sakazuki became Fleet Admiral, per the request of the 5 Elder Stars, who are also World Nobles, by the way, Sakazuki hasn't really done much. He hasn't. I mean, you just see him sitting at a desk filling out paperwork, which technically is what a Fleet Admiral does. And a lot of people are kind of desensitized just for how dangerous Sakazuki is. I think we're about to see Sakazuki do some real damage here. Yup. Ooh. Interesting. So the World Nobles are yelling at, Sakazuki and the soldiers because the soldiers are worthless. And because of what the Revolutionary Army did, saving Kuma, they destroyed the World Nobles' food supply. So, I like this. This is interesting. Sakazuki's basically saying, you legit lost your free will. You are no different than a dead man. You have nothing left to fight for. So what are you doing? It interests me. Because I would be surprised if Sakazuki's talking about himself. Ooh. Sakazuki did his Hellhound attack. That was the attack that they used on Whitebeard during Marineford. And, okay, if you watch Marineford in the anime, all the attack does is destroy Whitebeard's mustache, or his beard, if you will. But in the manga, that attack legit melted off half of Whitebeard's face. Crazy. Okay. Ooh, looks like there's a little more in the flashback between Sakazuki and Bonnie when Bonnie was captured. Thanks to Blackbeard, that is. Okay. Okay, looks like now we're back at Egghead Island. Looks like the pacifistas have destroyed the sea beasts. Okay. Oh, here we go, baby. Luffy versus Kizaru has begun. And Luffy's using Snake Man. I love this. I love this, I love this, I love this. And I'll tell you why. Because, first of all, it really would be easy for Luffy to just use Gear Fifth and probably go crazy and defeat Kizaru. Kizaru. I think he's using Snake Man, A, to show off how much stronger he is compared to what happened on Sabaody, or Sabaody if you want to pronounce it that way, it's interchangeable. But I think Luffy wants to test the waters too. Like, remember, Kizaru was essentially the reason why they all had to split up 2 years ago on Sabaody. He knows exactly how dangerous he is. So, he's going not quite all out, but it's definitely enough for like, okay, starting with Snake Man, that's a good call. That is a very good call. I like that. Okay. Did Kizaru just fly away? He did. He flew away so he could really hammer in his attack at light speed. I mean, here's the thing. Whenever I say that Kizaru moves at light speed, it's light speed in terms of the world of One Piece. Okay? Because you have to remember, moving at the speed of light, well, obviously it's fast, but to give you just as much of an example of how fast it really is, let's say I were to move at the speed of light. At some point, I would need to stop. If I stopped, just the act of me stopping alone could create quite possibly something equivalent to a nuclear explosion. A big one. That's how fast the speed of light is. Don't get me wrong, if I actually had a Delphi power, the Pika Pika no Mi, which is what Kizaru's Delphi power is, it'd be in my top 10 I'd want to have. However, I would say that the Goro Goro no Mi, which is essentially the lightning fruit, which is what Eneru had, that'd be better. Because, yeah, lightning moves at 1/3 the speed of light, but A, you can actually move in different directions, whereas light, which is what Kizaru is, he can only move in one direction. Plus, while lightning can move 1/3 the speed of light, I mean, the speed of light is 186,000 miles per second, making 1/3 of that 62,000 miles per second. That's still pretty fast. I take that all day long, actually. But that's just me. Okay, so rant over. So Luffy is crashing the Day Force One. Okay, ooh, that ain't good. And now it looks like Bonnie's fighting Kizaru. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people like to speculate that Bonnie's really a child and her Delphi power allows her to age up and down at will. Okay. Oh. How awesome. Okay. Kizaru disappears when Frankie was about to use the radical beam, which is essentially... Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, when Vegapunk created the pacifistas, they can fire lasers out of them. They're basically the same lasers that Kizaru does. Frankie can do that too. But we didn't see Kizaru react to it. Okay. Hey, cool. The Vegapunks cracked York's coat. Okay, that's cool. And Kizaru is now in the room. Hey! Giant Luffy's back! All right! Oh, dude. That is cool. Oh, I love how everyone's eyes are popping out. But Kizaru, his expression is essentially kind of like the same as it always is. Oh. Luffy had to go. Okay, so when Kizaru kicked Luffy earlier, he kicked him out of the barrier. Meaning, to get back, you have to technically cross the barrier twice, because the first time was when Kizaru kicked him out. And that's fine. But when you go back into the barrier, there's a plethora of weapons waiting to shoot at you. And Luffy had to go through that. So, Luffy in giant form? Okay, I can see him mitigating some of that damage. But man, it's great seeing Luffy in giant form again. Oh, what's this? Is the giant robot the one that attacked Mary Joie 200 years ago? Is it reactivating? Because of Luffy's heartbeat in year 5th? I don't know. That's the end of the chapter. So, yeah. This chapter was pretty awesome. It was outstanding, actually. And I'm glad that One Piece... I'm just simply glad we didn't have to wait 2 weeks for another chapter to come out. This is great. Plus, we got to see Giant Luffy again. Oh, man, it's awesome. And hey... You guys technically got a bit of a physics lesson out of this. Everybody wins. I hope you all like this video. If you did, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video. For all of you guys watching, enjoy for today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. Alright, let's say happy Monday, didn't I? And remember, if any of you guys want to talk, the channel is going to be here to let me know. So you're back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.